Welcome back. We are your Colorado real estate family, and Denver has had more people moving out recently than moving in. But today we're going to be covering 5 reasons that we still think you should consider the Mile High City for your next home.
All right, let's go. If this is your first time watching, Pete and Chelsea Sweeney, and what we love to do on this channel is educate you on everything that you need to know about the state of Colorado in case you decide to call it your next home. So if that's information that you value and that you want to continue to follow, do us a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, maybe give us a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and if you are looking at purchasing real estate here in the beautiful state, Denver Metro, we're talking Colorado Springs all the way up to Fort Collins, give us a call or text the phone number right below. Right below right there, we always answer, it doesn't matter date or time.
All right, usually when we're talking about Denver, the first thing that everyone talks about for why you should consider moving into Denver is because of our outdoor enthusiasts. And yes, we can talk about that till we're blue in the face, but today we want to give you information that pertains a little bit more to right now and the changes that Denver has been making to not only continue to grow, but also the changes since 2020.
Yeah, we actually did a video very similar to this one, probably like a couple of years ago, talking about, the 5 things that you must know about Denver, Colorado. And it was pretty fun, right? It was fluffy. We talked about our sports, our restaurants, and all that stuff. And we might mention a few of those later on in this video, but we want to make this that's a little bit more relevant. Reasons that you should choose Denver, because guess what? Most huge cities that you go to do have those huge sport teams, do have the food and all that stuff. So we want to make something that's like what makes Denver so great as to why you might want to choose it over a few other spots you might be looking at. And the first thing that we're going to be covering is pretty much, your remote work flexibility. And this is something that was huge after 2020. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, we have friends and family, it is crazy how much their work life has changed because of the whole, working from home. And they even have like the hybrids where it's like 2 days at home or you get the rest of the week in the workplace. But Denver is huge when we're talking about working from home.
After 2020, we saw Denver, and this is kind of old statistics, I'll give you kind of the most recent one, but back in 2021, we started to see Denver reach one of the top cities like in the nation for remote workers. It was at almost 33%. And not only that, 4 other cities here in Colorado also had very high percentages, even more than Denver. Highlands Ranch, Boulder, and Broomfield. Yeah. This is a huge deal. Now, we have seen remote jobs change a little bit since 2022 to 2023. However, we're still seeing Denver reach high numbers as far as remote workers.
Yeah, New York Times put out that article in June of 2023 and how like Denver had the highest migration of from home workers in the United States. And so that was, I think, like 23,000 people net gain of people who are working from home in Denver.
Yeah, and a lot of people after this whole remote thing, they were not staying in place anymore. They were traveling, moving to places that they have never seen before. Now, the other thing that makes Denver really attractive in this is the fact that we have a lot of co-working spaces. Now, co-working spaces really did struggle in 2020. However, now with Denver kind of opening all back up, we are seeing that these co-working spaces are huge. What are the top ones?
So you got like WeWork, you got Regis over there. I think there's a few other ones too. Those are the main ones I know of. Like WeWork, they have that awesome building right off of I-25 in downtown Denver. But yeah, those are pretty much the 2 biggest ones you're going to see in the Denver metro area.
The second reason you should still consider Denver is the emerging tech hub. This is something that Denver is known for.
Yeah, guys, so we have the Denver Tech Center here, and that is where a lot of this is flourishing from. And so it's just, you have all these startups and all these different tech hubs that are happening down and around there. Denver has become huge in tech jobs.
All right, so I looked up the largest tech companies for you because I could not remember them, but I did look up like the top 4 or something. So I'm gonna read them to you. The top ones are Wordplay, Teletech, Google, and Aero Electronics. And we hear Aero Electronics all the time from one of the largest employers, whether we are in Denver or just kind of the surrounding areas. It is still one that is always constantly reaching one of our largest employers.
Well, I think it's like one of the largest and one of the best employers in regards to like their employee satisfaction in the Denver metro area. So the fact that it's constantly popping up where, it's one of the largest, it's also a great place to work. That's awesome. And it's also in tech as well too.
If you don't know this about Denver, Denver is huge about startups. So if you take that startups and the passion for small business and people coming here, and then you add this whole tech world that Denver thrives in, this is definitely a reason that we are seeing people still choose the Mile High City.
The third thing that we're going to be covering is Denver's sustainability efforts that are going in place. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't necessarily agree with one of these, and that's mainly the plastic bag fee and the fact that they're getting rid of the plastic bags. I'm sorry, guys. I don't understand it whatsoever. You can disagree with me, agree with me all you want, but I do not like the plastic bag like restriction that they have in place where this year we're paying for them. And I think next year they're 100% gone. I don't agree with that whatsoever. You could give me, arrows or all your darts and all that stuff. I just personally, but it's like, I don't agree with that.
But regardless of what we agree with, we want you to know that Denver is sustainable and it is working on all of that. I mean, so one thing that we do love is eco-friendly transportation, which I think is pretty much just the light rail, right?
Yeah, the light rail. The light rail is amazing.
Just the light rail?
Like, who doesn't want to have a light rail station just down the street in case you want to go party downtown, and then all you have to do is, take the light rail back and not have to worry about driving? That's freaking amazing, right?
And that's the one thing we're like, yes, I can get behind having access to Denver without having to drive on those crazy roads, especially with the growth that Denver has seen. If you are interested in some of these sustainable projects, there are, guys, I'm not gonna go through all of them because like we said, we don't follow all of that necessarily. That doesn't mean that Denver isn't good for it. So go to the website, which I looked it up for you in case you wanna go check it out. It's denvergov.org/community/sustainability. There are so many projects on there that you can follow, as well as any education that you want if you want to be a little bit more eco-friendly. The Denver's all about teaching you all the different ways that you could do, like from composting or bring your own bag is one of the projects.
Well, recently too, we did so you could farm the rainwater too, and so it's like they were looking at it like, all right, cool, what effect would this have and all that stuff. I highly agree with that. It's like, shoot, if I could farm the rainwater that comes down and water my garden and all that stuff, freaking amazing. It's a way to use Mother Nature to kind of help out and not have to use the water supply coming down from the mountains.
The one thing that I saw on there that I did not know about, so shame on me, you can throw it at me all you want. I actually don't use it, so whatever. The single-use condiment. Have you ever heard of that?
No, what is that? I don't even know what that is.
So I was reading on all the things, and it said, do not use single-use condiments.
So like, are you talking about like the single packets of like ketchup and mustard and all that stuff?
Maybe. Okay, if you are really good at being eco-friendly, please comment down below and tell. All I can think about is like the individual packets.
Yeah, I mean, how are you going to do fire sauce and hot sauce and all that stuff at Taco Bell?
Oh my God. I will say a lot of our clients move to Denver for this reason, which is why we are always covering the facts on what Denver is doing to become more sustainable and eco-friendly, because we do know that it matters to some of you. So we're always going to bring it to the table regardless of our own personal opinion.
Yep.
All right, the fourth reason is so fun, and that is the culinary and craft scene.
Yeah, guys, so I'm going to tell you a little bit of story now. If you haven't checked out our interview video that we did in Denver, what was it, already like a year and a half ago or something? We had a gal here who moved here from New Orleans, and we kind of asked her what are the things that she wished she knew before she moved here. And this was when she moved here like 4 or 5 years ago. She says that we really don't have that foodie scene that New Orleans has. That is so not true anymore. Denver is blowing up in regards to the culinary scene. All the different restaurants, all the different styles that we are doing here. We notice all the time. Like when we go to other states, we're like, holy crap, they don't have all the same things that kind of Denver does in regards to, all the different diets, all the different ways that they serve the food.
We are bougie. We are bougie when it comes to food. Now, are we California? I think we're getting closer.
I think we're pretty dang close.
I think we're getting closer. We have so many cool ma-pa, individual, local places. And then it doesn't just stop there. We're getting a lot of the farm-to-table things. And again, not super well-versed. However, I did look up the best, buy-rated by Denver. People who live in Denver, what are the best farm-to-table restaurants? Because we have been to one of them. One of them was Root Down.
Yeah.
Peter.
The chickpea fries, guys, I'm sorry.
You're
apparently this is like a video of all my bickering about all these stuff, whatever. But they had chickpea fries. The chickpea fries were freaking amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh! So but it came out and you got 5 of them, and it was $20. I was like, holy crap! This farm to table is expensive shit right here.
Yeah, it's definitely higher quality food. It's fresh. It's farm to table. Yeah. You're gonna pay for it, and they're a little bit more bougie. And honestly, I feel like when you are getting kind of the more natural restaurants, the portions are a little smaller.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Maybe we're just those Americans that are used to eating so much freaking
burger, meat, potatoes, and all that. Okay, the other restaurants that people mentioned were, and I have to read these guys. These are very unique names, okay? They're unique, and we haven't gone to a ton of farm to table. I'll be honest, going down to Denver with kiddos is harder. That's 30 extra minutes that we don't have for a sitter now that sitters are a lot more expensive, and so we try to stay closer to home, so we don't get down there as much as we used to. But they are Rewild at Nature, Prodiger. I don't know, that's how you say it. And then the Kitchen American Bistro. Okay, those were the ones that were top rated. So if you want that farm to table experience and you want to go down there. Now, that's just the food and culinary. The craft scene at, let's talk about RINO.
Yeah, RINO is insane with all the different breweries. I could say that the Denver Metro in general has a ton of breweries, but RINO is one of those spots where you can literally just like park your car and walk from brewery to brewery to brewery to brewery, and it's amazing the different scene that they have created over there. They have all the artistic graffiti and everything going down, but you probably heard me tell this story before, but we were staying at a friend's that was over in RINO. He's like, hey, will you come with me to pick up a few things of beer? So you got a couple growlers to bring them, and he was literally just hopping from one to the other to get his favorite beers. I thought it was super cool that he was able to do that and not have to drive.
Well, and not only that, they have a ton of built-in events around all of the culinary and craft scene.
Yeah.
They will do runs where you're stopping. I don't know how people run and drink beer at the same time, but there is a thing. And then they do, where you have little coupons. They used to have a subscription box somewhere where they had coupons and you would go to the different breweries. I mean, all kinds of cool things. The other thing about culinary, and the last thing we're going to talk about culinary and the craft scene, is that a lot of these are going to be pet friendly, guys. Denver is known for their pet friendliness, so they'll have outdoor patios, areas that you can bring your dog, and it does create like that family culture.
It's true.
The fifth and final reason that you should still consider Denver is going to be the real estate opportunities.
Now, this has been a huge obstacle for so many of you guys, and it's like a lot of people I think the reason they are moving out of Denver is because how much the prices of houses have gone up in the last, I'd say 5 years is when they really kind of took that huge dive up. Well, if you are looking at moving into Denver, I'm not saying that you're going to get something for crazy cheap like you could back in like 2015, but prices are kind of like this right now, And so if you're looking to get in before those prices start going up again, we'll see what happens. Can't predict the future. Right now might be the time, because we are kind of see that where it's like 1 month it's down, 1 month it's up, 1 month it's down, 1 month it's up. And we always take these stats year over year. So the stats that we're currently going to be talking about are pretty much from 2022 over to 2023 in July.
Now, before we start on the real estate numbers, I'm going to be bold. Okay. Would you say right now, with your current experience and all of our relocation team all around Colorado, do you think it's a buyer's market?
Oh, hell yeah. It
is a buyer's market right now.
Guys, we've got 3 listings on right now, and it is like dragging knuckles trying to get those things to go. It is such a buyer's market.
Things are staying on the market.
When they're staying on, those buyers have so much more power in regards to, coming in and asking for a lower price, asking for concessions.
Yes.
And so, yes, I would definitely say the buyer's market. I know according to, they always say, the days on market and all that stuff, that's determined on
we're just
whether or
giving
not it's a seller's buyer. I'm telling you right now, a buyer could go in and get an awesome deal on a house right now.
The other thing too is we don't know what's going to happen with the rates, but you can always change your rate on the house. Can you change what you purchase the house for? No, you cannot. So right now, yes, are interest rates higher? Yes. There are rumors that maybe it'll go down next quarter.
Well,
Who knows?
Guys, if they go down, you're going to go back into the buying wars where you're sitting here and you have to compete and you're having to go $50,000, $100,000 over that list price. And so you kind of got to weigh your pros and cons. Like, all right, interest rates suck right now, but I could also get into a house at a price that I want. Or do I wait till interest rates go down and then I'm going to have to pay more because there's more buyers coming in? So it's just kind of weighing those pros and cons, figuring out what's best for you guys.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients right now who are waiting. And I'm telling them the same thing. I'm like, are you sure you want to wait? And a lot of them are waiting. When those interest rates go down, they're not going to be waiting anymore. So if you're on the fence and you don't have to wait, the time is now. Okay, take it away with the numbers.
All right, cool. So if we look at that median sales price, like I said, these numbers are of July of 2023. And we're also talking about your single family and attached all into one product. You look at a median sales price of $587,000, and that's up 0.34% year over year. We're talking July of 2022 over into July of 2023. Now, here's an interesting number is let's look at your single family homes. Single family homes, you got a median sales price of $691,000 July of 2023. That is down almost 5% year over year, guys. I'm gonna tell you the reason that I think that is. I think it's because you have so many attached products that are coming into Denver. With those higher interest rates, it is pushing people into a lower price point, and so they might be going more for that attached product as opposed to your single family products. Because if we look over at your attached products, we're talking about your condos, townhouses, and row homes, you got a median sales price of $385,000, and that is actually up 2.67%. So that one's up where your single family's down. That's why I'm thinking that people are being pushed more into these attached products, like even your row homes or your duplexes. People are like, you know what, I'll buy this, and that is considered a portion of that attached product as opposed to your single family homes.
All right, we have covered 5 reasons, and not the 5 fluffy reasons that people typically cover. We dove into some of the more highly complex things that Denver is doing to try to retain residents and also get people to move to Denver. So if you have questions about moving to Denver, please comment down below or call us. We are here helping you guys every single day.
And guys, if this is content that you do love, do us a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, notification bell, that way you're notified every single time that we put out a brand new video. And if you are looking at purchasing real estate in the Mile High City, more specifically today, Denver, I guess Mile High City, I don't know what I'm trying to say right there. Give us a call, check the phone number right below. Right below right there, we answer, it doesn't matter date or time. Until next time, we love you. Bye.
Bye. Actually had more people moving out than moving in. Oopsies. Hold on. Okay. We are still seeing Denver reach high.
Denver has become huge in tech jobs, and that south, with the Denver, and that south portion with the Denver Tech Center is really